So for 17, we just have to solve for x here. So we have an x squared and an x, which means that we cannot use the square root property. So we got to set it equal to 0. So we're going to add 4 on both sides. So now we're left with x squared minus 4x minus 79 equals 0. So we can complete the square, we can use quadratic formula. Because we can't factor this, there's nothing that we can multiply to negative 79 and add to negative 4. So to do that, we can complete the square, so we can rewrite it. X squared minus 4x, put in your blank, minus 79, blank, equals 0. And then take negative 4 divided by 2, gives us negative 2 squared. So we add 4 on the inside, we subtract 4 on the outside. So we're going to factor this, but we're just going to bring down this negative 2 inside our parentheses. So we get x minus 2. So that's so important to use this sign, squared, and then combine like terms on the outside. Negative 79 minus 4 gives us negative 83 equals 0. So we got to get k on the other side. So we're left with on the left, x minus 2 squared equals a positive 83. Then we square root both sides, so that cancels out the square over there, so we're just left with x minus 2. We can't break down 83 any further, so we just get plus or minus radical 83. Then we just got to get x by itself, so we add 2 to both sides. So we get x equals 2 plus or minus radical 83. The other way that we can solve this is by doing the quadratic formula. So we already set it equal to 0 here, so this is what we're going to use as a, b, and c. So we have the opposite of b, so we're going to do opposite and negative 4 plus or minus square root b squared minus 4. A is 1, c is negative 79, all over 2a. Okay, so the opposite of negative 4, what was negative 4 there, is going to be positive 4 plus or minus square root. Negative 4 squared gives us 16, and then we have negative 4, positive 1, negative 79. When I multiply those, I get plus 316, all over 2. So then I combine what's inside the radical there. We got 4 plus or minus radical 332, all over 2. And then if we simplify 332, so you break down the radical there and you use the tree, you'll get plus or minus 2 radical 83 all over 2. And now what we can do is we can look at the numbers outside the radical. Okay, and I can simplify all those by 2. So 4 divided by 2 gives us 2. Plus or minus 2 divided by 2 just gives us 1. So radical 83, and then again 2 divided by 2 gives us 1, and we don't need to put anything over 1. So there's our final answer, which is the same as when we completed the square.